Some other people caused that problem in Haiti. They have been selling arms. There are no arms that are manufactured in Haiti. They are manufactured in another country, a superpower, and then they are taken there. Those are the people who should fix that problem. Otherwise, how does it concern us as Kenyans that something is wrong in Haiti, a country we do not trade with, a country where we do not share a boundary? The much we can do as religious leaders is offer prayers for them. We need to be sensitized and told why. Right now, I don't think anybody knows. Even those who are saying they support, I'm not sure they would sit here and explain to us why we should go to Haiti. Other than the hearing that maybe there will be money. I don't know whether it will be money to the soldiers or money to the country. We are also not sure about it. But when you look at it from all angles, it doesn't make sense as to why we should send our sons and daughters to such a country many of us are just are trying to understand now.
Hello, brothers and sisters. Do you know that the UN Security Council approved the sending of police officers from Kenya to Haiti, 1,000 police officers? Remember what is happening in Haiti? The president was killed in 2021, and since then they don't have a leader. They only have a prime minister who installed himself with the support of the Western countries. So there are gangs operating in the capital city Port-au-Prince and in the villages. They are being controlled by gangs. Sometimes gangs help armed their own gangs, people. Huh? Armed, very armed. And you know the history of Haiti. We have made a video on that since time, you see, a long centuries, they've been suffering. No stable government, no, it's been a lot for Haitians to take. And right now, a lot of people are suffering. The gangs are leading. And you've also seen a letter from the Haiti community sent to the AU begging Kenyans not to send police to Haiti because they will need to solve the problem themselves. And the biggest problem with Haiti is interference from the external forces. America, Brazil, France. That is the problem with
only
Haiti.
There for their interests.
Yeah, but in the case of Kenya, the Kenyan leaders are saying that even God would not be happy if we left Haiti.
Our brothers and sisters in Haiti are suffering. We cannot just sit when we can do something about it and keep quiet and leave them to the gods. We have decided to do God's will and to go and assist our brothers and sisters.
So they are sending troops to Haiti to do what? To support the police in Haiti so that they can control these gangs. Then he also said something which to me was not so bad, that they need to cancel debts on Haiti, which is very good. That for me it's good because when Haiti attained independence from the French, that long time ago, the first African country to have attained independence was Haiti from France. And what they did is they fought and beat them 100-0. And they were told they have to pay reparations to the farmers that owned the land. Farmers. Yes. So they went to France, took a loan because they only made if they made $1, they are required to pay $4 to the French. So they took loans from French banks to pay these farmers. And
they are still paying.
They are still paying these reparations. So if they can cancel all those debts for Haiti, that would be very good. But on sending the troops, there are mixed reactions online. And people are not happy because even the Haiti people themselves want to solve these things themselves. But some other people are claiming that this is an interest of the US to continue extracting some minerals from Haiti.
Now Kenya is being used as.
Kenya is being used as a puppet, as a way to
and if Haiti is paying reparations, why aren't these other guys paying reparations to Africa?
Exactly.
Why are we allowing this to happen to Haiti?
Yeah. So they need to stop this nonsense. They need to let Haiti be. But what are people saying online? Let us see. Are people happy? Are people angry? Are people worried?
Yeah, even before we go to what people are saying, my concern is that Kenyans, we know they speak English.
Yeah.
And wherever they are going, the majority
the Minister of Foreign Affairs said that they are going to learn.
Taught.
they are going to learn French. How do you learn French in the next 2 weeks?
How do you get into a country to fight and be learning on the go? How?
They are going to meet Mr. Barbecue.
How many?
One of the gang leaders called Barbecue.
I wish it does something to them that they'll never forget.
No,
Let us.
it's very unfortunate because
Man.
when it comes to war, the people who are raging the war are sitting in their homes eating meat. When the people
And
who
you are
are
sending
fighting,
people to barbecue to be roasted
Yeah.
whilst you are just enjoying yourself.
So they are not. Barbecue is saying, come, baby, come. Come, baby, come.
Guys, if you are Kenyan, please let us hear from you. But before then, let me just read this comment
Yeah.
from some Kenyans and some other Africans.
Yeah.
So there's a guy by the name Pravin
Pravin.
Yuri. He says, when you see President William Ruto in a tuxedo and not a counter suit, just know it is the West speaking. How can you commit to helping the people of Haiti when you have failed to help the people of Kenya? Bandits are terrorizing Kenyans, but sure, Haiti gangs are easy to handle. Make it make sense.
Yeah, it will.
Barbecue, the way he seems,
Yeah, and
he's fearless. He's not
gangs-
even
the
covering himself.
These gangs came in about 1960 something with a president who introduced them to protect himself. And up to now, you find that they are not just gangs. They are former police officers, former army
With
officers.
good equipment.
Yeah, and they know what they want. So the best thing would be reconciliation.
So this other person here says, he calls himself at Alinaka, he sold the people of Haiti for $200
Just
million.
200 million. You are
That is referring to President William Ruto.
You are working for the US for $200 million
Only.
Yeah, and you know, Haiti sometimes, like 2 years ago, wanted to join African Union, and there were talks on that. But I think some African countries, including this one, that the one that is sending troops was against. I'm not very sure.
So Kamau Njoroge says, we have to be proud of our president. He's a Kenyan. Kenya will become the first African country to colonize another country. You have to give it to Zakayo's courage. Haiti will be a joint colony of Kenya and the US.
It won't happen. Kenya is being used. Actually,
With 1,000 police officers.
it doesn't make sense.
Make it make
Do you know sometimes back, United States sent like 20,000, Brazil sent like
17,000.
17 or 10,000,
There was somebody who said,
14,000.
yeah, 14 or 17.
And they were unable to control
Yeah.
Haiti.
And you and
Only
your
the Haiti
1,000.
people. You see, like the president was killed, was building a canal which will enable them to farm. Because there was a thing that was done. I saw, there's a guy on YouTube called Ace. And Ace had this video where he went to Haiti.
He's a vlogger.
He's a vlogger. And Ace was talking to the Haitians, and he was talking about how the US killed the farming of rice in Haiti so that they can keep importing rice from
the US.
From the US. So all this is being perpetrated by the Western ideologies and
They can't let it
infiltration.
develop. If it develop, why would
So
we still
Haiti is suffering hunger because they stopped farming. So they've been building this canal from the Mada River, which is the border between Haiti and Dominican Republic. And when it stopped, and they saw that the project had stopped, the people came together and went and continued building this canal. So these people are organizing themselves. They know what they want and they want to solve their
and you
problems.
are there with your putting your fingers in
And
people's
among the civil rights activists and the civil societies, there were some church leaders. You know, Haiti has Christianity and also the voodoo, the traditional religion. They were already coming together to say we are in plans so that we can mobilize these gangs and have a chat.
Yeah, let's just continue with the comments. This one, I don't know, calls himself Mwalimu. He says this line of the Kenyan bourgeoisie that the problem of Haiti is the gangs is false, is a falsehood. The problem is the US invasion that is driven by the fact that the US that fills the first black republic should never be under self-rule. Yeah. Oh, I think I get this person. So he's like, you know, they were the first
It's a
ones
lady,
to.
Her name is.
Oh, it's a lady.
Yeah. Wandia Njoya.
So Wandia is saying these are people who got independence way before others, yeah? And for them to be left alone to prove to the world that they can continue to be, self-sufficient without any dependence on the West is a bad example. So this should not be let to be. This should not happen.
Nobody should let them be independent.
Just to prove that you cannot do it on your own.
Yeah. The Africa Stream are saying something very serious here. They are saying a multinational security force led by Kenya looks set to be sent to Haiti to restore democratic order. The mission's just been green-lighted by the UN Security Council, with 13 of its 15 members voting in favor. So the people who met for the UN Security Council were 15, but only China and Russia voted against. Because when you see China and Russia voting against, because they know what is happening. They already have an upper hand. The intelligence is very high. And they're saying among them African nations, Gabon, Ghana, and Mozambique, while China and Russia abstained. Kenya has pledged to send 1,000 of its own police officers and says it will lead a renaissance in Haitian security. Keng's country control most of the capital, Port-au-Prince, and other parts of the country. You see? That is... So, continuing with the comments, Kibiwot is saying the only solution for Haitian is employment creation and education. This can be solved by investing in education and promotion of agriculture. Over 70% of Haiti is arable. You see, it's all about letting them be and cancelling all these debts.
And they can't let that happen because it's a bad example.
Yeah. Then there's a Kenyan politician who's always been a presidential in the presidential ballot as a candidate.
Unfortunately, he's never won.
His name, and he's a very bright guy. His name is Ekuru Okot. He said, "I don't think this is a service as a country that we can afford. It's unfortunate that the president is being used by the US. Kenya is being used. Kenya does not need to go to Haiti.
Not at all.
I
wish President William Ruto really evaluated this and thought carefully. Even before looking at the money and what there is to offer, you need to think deeper. What does this mean?
There's a guy calling himself.
The government critic here says one is benefiting from the war in Ukraine, another is benefiting from the war in Haiti. All puppets of Biden.
And he puts a picture of President of Kenya with the President of Ukraine, very happy.
Man, this is very unfortunate.
Yeah, so they are, I think most of I have not seen a comment which is supporting this.
Yeah.
I've not. People are all against this because they know, and like we said in the other video, I wish this is an African-led mission where Africans are sending representatives to mediators. Actually, mediators. We can send, like, we have people who are very good mediators. Like we are sending our president to Congo, to DRC. We are sending a former president of Kenya to Congo to mediate between M23 and they are doing that collectively as East Africa.
Yeah.
That is good. But what we are doing in Haiti, it's like we want war. We want war for Haiti, which is crazy. We don't want war. We want the Haitians to be independent. We want them to go back to their homes, to farm, for their children to go back to school. We don't want people fighting. And these gangs just want this prime minister out because he's also a puppet.
He's a puppet.
Yeah.
And the more we talk about these things, the more devastating, it is even for us. We just pray for a changed Africa, an Africa with leaders that have a vision for the continent, for their countries, for their people. And guys, let us know what you think in the comment section down below. And please don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and share.
And share.
See you in the next one.
See you in the next one.